YouTube, check out this sunset. I just found out that a tree fell on a house right here in Cottage Grove. So I'm gonna go check it out on the paramotor and see what equipment we need in order to complete this job. Hopefully we can do the job tomorrow, but I'll check back in with you when I get in the air here in a little bit. All right, the good news is I got up and it's beautiful out. Check out this sunset. Wow. So I just gotta get to the tree that fell in the house before the sun goes down. Here we go. All right, I found the tree on the house. That's a pretty good sized tree. Wow. Wow, look at that sunset. I'm not sure how good the audio was on those clips when I was looking at the tree, but it looks like we're gonna need the knuckle boom crane and probably 2 Avants, maybe even the Bobcat, to hold the weight of that piece up in the air while we make picks with the crane. So once I get to the job in the morning, I'll show you more of that. But I gotta pack up this wing before the mosquitoes come out. That was pretty cool. Tree estimate on the paramotor, never disappoints. It's Tuesday morning, and this is the house that I was just flying over last night, checking out the tree that landed on the roof. I'll show you the setup. Kind of a steep driveway coming down here. We had to do a little bit of trimming just to get the crane and the chipper truck in because there were some low-hanging trees. But we've got the knuckle boom set up. It's pretty much the perfect tool for the job because I think at the very farthest reach, we're gonna be at about 80 feet, which is right where you wanna be with the knuckle boom. Quick explanation on the knuckle boom setup. We're on a little bit of a hill here, so we shimmed up the back tires to help tilt that up a little bit. And actually, come check out the bubble level. As long as this bubble isn't touching that outside line, it's pretty darn good. We've got our 3 layers of plywood down and our poly outrigger pads. This really wouldn't have been a great job for the Merlot. Number 1, too far of a reach. But number 2, whenever there's a septic system like this, you don't really want to drive the Merlot over that. So here's the septic tank and the drain field. Using a crane is definitely the better option for this job. Come check out the tree. Perfect timing. We're gonna get a little action shot here of Spencer cutting a branch. Squirt out your boom.
Yeah, try that.
Aaron, I would say squirt out your fly tip. Yeah, you're gonna have to squirt out a little bit more. That piece came off super smooth. All right, I would just let the crane do it, Aaron. So we've got the backup Avant kind of holding this piece up. It is actually still attached to the tree if you want to come look at this. This is actually gonna be a really difficult cut to make because look at how splintered and nasty that is. Those are always the worst cuts. We got the Avant kind of holding that up. So we're gonna pick this piece, pick the next piece, maybe pick a couple more. And what the Avant's gonna do is it's gonna stabilize that branch from dropping anymore. So I apologize in advance. I missed the first couple of crane picks. So I think this is already pick number 4. But looks like we're gonna have to do this pick next, and then we can continue to hold that with the Avant and make one more crane pick there, and then the Avant will just slowly lower the rest of that branch down. But basically the Avant's just holding that up so it doesn't crush the gutter. In addition to this job today, we're actually gonna try and go to downtown Madison and cut down 2 other trees. Stay tuned because I'm gonna take you to that job site next. It should be fun because it's a little bit more cramped, congested downtown area. But yeah, how amazing is that? That's probably a 2,000-pound piece just floating away. Oh yeah, one other thing I should mention is we always like to put the forks on the Avant instead of the grapple when we're holding these pieces up like this, because the grapple weighs about 960 pounds and the forks probably only weigh about 250. So you've just made your lift capacity that much better by taking the grapple off and just putting forks on. Yeah, and these machines, I've got these little backpack weights here, and this whole back bumper is all solid steel. These machines have like 4,000 pounds of lift capacity. So all the weight is in the back. You know, the engine's back here and there's really nothing in the front. So if these things are straight and the boom's sucked in all the way, the lift capacity is just amazing on these 860s. Here's a quick lineup of the trucks. So we've got chipper truck, crane down there, quick one-wheel ride here. First grapple truck pulling the Avant trailer, second grapple truck pulling the other Avant trailer. It's nice to have the 2 Avants because you can have one Avant feeding the chipper while the other Avant is holding that piece. Super handy. So I'm gonna sneak away and do an estimate and grab these boys lunch and then come back and check out their progress.
Getting pinched instantly. The tension here is just crazy. Yeah, man. Why don't I just drop this thing? Because I'm getting like instantly pinched here. If you take the pressure off, what happens? I probably need another saw, to be honest. Yeah, whatever you got back here. That was a weird one. Glad that's over.
So this isn't a great explanation of this job, but I'll show it to you really quick. kind of running out of time here. We've got a maple tree to cut down, and then a mulberry to cut down. This tree's actually going a little bit quicker than I even anticipated because I thought the wood cracker was going to be too big to grab some of these branches, but Spencer hasn't even had to climb once yet. Just a few cuts with the pole saw, so it's going super smooth. I was thinking about bringing the knuckle boom, you know, but then the knuckle boom would have taken up that whole area. Yeah. £3,300 with the grapple, and we are good for 11,000 right here. It's kind of a sharp corner. Alrighty, I got the Merlot all tied down, ready for transport. That's all chained down and ready to go. And Felipe just washed the purple truck. So this thing is shining. Of course, we have the scooter on the front, just in case we need to get lunch. I think it's already 3:30 or 4 o'clock right now, so that's actually early for us. We've been getting home at like 6 and 7 o'clock lately. So I'll show you the job site here in a second. Old Faithful, 380,000 miles on this car. Still going strong. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Faster.
Ready?